Here is a number your insurance agent will never volunteer. The difference between the most expensive and least expensive car to insure in America right now is over $3,000 a year. Same driver, same record, same zip code, just a different vehicle sitting in your driveway. That's $3,000 a year you could be keeping in your pocket just by knowing which car's insurance companies quietly price in your favor. And here is what makes this interesting. These are not economy beaters or tiny subcompacts. We are talking about family SUVs, crossovers, and trucks you see at every school drop-off line in the country. Vehicles people are buying right now without realizing they are either winning or losing the insurance game before they even sign the paperwork. I am going to count down the 10 vehicles with the lowest average insurance premiums in America right now, and more importantly, I am going to tell you exactly why each one is cheap to insure. Once you understand the formula, you can use it every single time you buy a car for the rest of your life. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is the Subaru Crosstrek, averaging just $2,299 a year for full coverage. And the reason is almost boring, in the best possible way. The Crosstrek is essentially a lifted Impreza wearing hiking boots. It inherits Subaru EyeSight Safety Suite as standard, including adaptive cruise, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking. Its symmetrical all-wheel drive means it stays planted in bad weather, which directly translates to fewer claims filed. The steel body panels are cheap to fix. The parts are everywhere. And here is the kicker. Thieves do not want it. It is not flashy enough to bother with. Insurance companies have noticed all of this, and they are rewarding Crosstrek owners quietly every single renewal cycle. At number 9, the Mazda CX-5, $2,200 a year. Now this one surprises people because the CX-5 looks premium. It drives premium, but it insures like a budget crossover, and that gap is entirely intentional on Mazda's part. The CX-5 uses G-vectoring control technology that redistributes torque mid-corner to keep the car stable. Fewer stability-related accidents means fewer claims. Skyactiv engineering keeps the vehicle light without using the exotic materials that make repairs expensive. The driver base skews toward careful commuters rather than performance seekers, and theft rates are essentially negligible. $2,200 a year for a car that feels like it should cost twice that to insure. Number 8 is the Hyundai Tucson, $2,100 a year. Hyundai has done something quietly impressive with the Tucson. They have loaded it with SmartSense safety technology that includes forward collision avoidance, blind spot collision warning, and rear cross-traffic alert, and then priced the car in a range that attracts careful, budget-conscious buyers rather than thrill seekers. That combination, advanced safety hardware plus a low-risk driver demographic, is exactly what insurance actuaries love. Add in cheap OEM parts, strong side impact protection that reduces injury claim payouts, and a theft profile so low it barely registers. And you get $2,100 a year for a fully loaded family crossover. And real quick, if you are finding this useful, hit subscribe and drop a like. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps this channel more than you would think. Now back to the list. At number 7 is the Toyota Tacoma, with an average premium of $1,989 a year. On paper, it looks like it should be expensive to insure. It is a truck. It is capable off-road, and it has been consistently one of the best-selling vehicles in America for decades. But that last point is exactly why it is cheap. Toyota's production scale means parts are abundant and dirt cheap. The pre-collision system with pedestrian detection reduces the most expensive type of claim there is. Tacoma owners, statistically, drive it like a work vehicle, carefully and practically, without the aggression that generates at-fault accidents. The result is an average premium under $2,000 for a truck that will probably outlive 2 of its owners. Number 6 is the Toyota Highlander, $1,978 a year. The Highlander is the definition of what insurance companies call a low-risk profile vehicle. 8 airbags. Toyota Safety Sense with dynamic radar cruise control. Consistently top crash ratings from both NHTSA and IHS. Its driver demographic is almost entirely families, people transporting children, driving predictably, and avoiding risk by instinct. Hybrid powertrain options do not complicate repairs the way you might think, because Toyota's service network is so widespread. Theft rates are low because it is practical rather than flashy. And the premiums reflect all of it, under $2,000 a year for a 3-row family SUV. That is remarkable. At number 5, the Toyota Sienna, $1,966 a year. Nobody buys a minivan to go fast, and insurance companies have the data to prove it. The Sienna's driver profile is the safest demographic on American roads. Parents hauling kids, driving defensively by necessity, and parking carefully because they cannot afford another dent. The sliding doors alone reduce parking lot collision claims by eliminating swinging door damage that costs insurers millions annually. Add in blind spot monitoring, a low center of gravity, and exterior panels that are cheap to replace, and you get a vehicle that actuaries genuinely love to price. Under $2,000 a year. Consistently. We're halfway through, and the numbers are only going to get better from here. If you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown, and let's keep going. Number 4 is the Ford Escape, $1,877 a year. The Escape benefits from something most buyers overlook: Ford's sheer scale. Because Ford sells hundreds of thousands of Escapes every year, parts are everywhere. Mechanics know the vehicle inside and out, and repair times are short. Short repair times mean lower claims costs, which translates directly into lower premiums for you. Co-Pilot 360 brings evasive steering assist and automatic emergency braking. Collision severity data from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shows below-average damage in real-world crashes, and the Escape simply does not attract aggressive drivers. Under $1,900 a year puts it firmly in the top tier of insurance value. At number 3, the Honda Odyssey, $1,800 a year. The Odyssey is where Honda's engineering philosophy pays off in a way most buyers never think about. Honda's ACE body structure, advanced compatibility engineering, is specifically designed to distribute crash energy away from the occupant cabin. That means lower injury payouts, which is one of the largest drivers of insurance cost. The reliability record means fewer roadside breakdown claims. Parts are cheap. Theft is essentially non-existent. Nobody is stealing a minivan, and the driver demographic mirrors the Sienna: careful, family-focused, low risk. $1,800 a year for a vehicle that seats 8. That math is hard to argue with. Number 2 is the Dodge Grand Caravan, $1,786 a year. Now here's the underdog of the list. The Grand Caravan doesn't get much respect as a vehicle, but financially, it's one of the smartest things you can put in your driveway. It's built on simple, robust engineering with no exotic materials and no over-engineered systems that become expensive liabilities when something goes wrong. Electronic stability control and traction control handle the active safety side. Repairs are fast and cheap because the platform has been around long enough that every mechanic in America knows it. Insurance companies have decades of claim data on this vehicle, and the numbers are consistently clean. Thieves walk right past it for something trendier. Remarkable. And at number 1, the cheapest mainstream vehicle to insure in America right now is the Subaru Forester. That averages $1,774 a year. Think about that number for a second. Under $1,800 annually for full coverage on a modern all-wheel drive crossover SUV. How does that happen? It is a perfect storm of every factor insurance companies care about. Subaru's eyesight system has been independently verified by IHS to prevent 85% of front-to-rear crashes. That is not a marketing number. It is claim data. The Boxer engine sits lower in the chassis, lowering the center of gravity and making rollovers significantly less likely. All-wheel drive grips in conditions where other vehicles slide and hit things. Parts are affordable. Repairs are straightforward. Subaru Forester owners, statistically, have some of the cleanest driving records of any vehicle segment in the country. The Forester does not just win this list, it dominates it. You are getting economy car insurance rates on a capable, modern family crossover. Most people buying Foresters have absolutely no idea. So here's what you actually learned today. The insurance game isn't random. It's a formula. Safety technology that prevents crashes. Parts that are cheap and available. A driver demographic that files fewer claims. A theft profile that doesn't attract attention. And a manufacturer with enough scale to keep repair costs predictable. Every vehicle on this list hits most or all of those marks. And now that you know the formula, you can apply it to any car you're ever considering before you buy it, before you sign anything, before your insurance rate becomes someone else's decision instead of yours. The vehicles on this list are saving their owners between $500 and over $3,000 a year compared to the national average. Over 5 years of ownership, that's anywhere from $2,500 to $15,000 staying in your pocket instead of disappearing into a premium. That's not a small number. That's a vacation. That's an emergency fund. That's a down payment on something. If this video changed how you think about your next vehicle purchase, hit subscribe, because every week I break down exactly how financial systems work, so you can make decisions that actually benefit you instead of everyone around you. I'll see you in the next one.